Great. They're rebooting Barbie. I have something, yeah.
Katie Kim is our new jackpot winner.
Oh my God. What is going on?
Katie, you won the lottery. And now anyone with a losing ticket that kills you before sundown gets her money.
Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the film Jackpot 2024. This is a new film. You can watch this on Prime Video. Rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 46 minutes with a Rotten Tomato score of 31% from the critics, audience of 49%, and a Letterboxd average rating of 2.6 as of the recording of this video. Let me give you a quick synopsis for this film. In the near future, a grand lottery has been established to kill the winner before sundown to legally claim their multi-million-dollar jackpot. When Katie Kim mistakenly finds herself with the winning ticket, she reluctantly joins forces with an amateur lottery protection agent, Noel Cassidy, who must get her to sundown in exchange for a piece of their prize. This is directed by Paul Feig, who's very well known for some of his comedic movies like Spy, The Heat, also a lot of episodes from The Office. And it stars John Cena as Noel, Akwafina as Katie, and Simu Liu as Louis. What a fantastic name for an antagonist. This movie was an interesting premise that just I don't think fully delivered. I'm not the biggest fan of Akwafina when it comes to the comedy. If anything, the movie Renfield, her storyline was probably something that I just felt like didn't need to be in the film. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's either her delivery. She's got a very specific style of comedy, so like I just don't think I vibe with that. And although I like John Cena, I don't think this is one of his best performances. Simu Liu just probably kind of stole the show if you had to put him in order. Jackpot dives headfirst into a world of high-stakes chaos with a creative and undeniably fun concept that propels the film forward even when other elements struggle to keep up. This action-packed thrill ride delivers on its promise of over-the-top spectacle, though it sometimes, a lot of the times, stumbles in the execution. The film's premise, it's probably the strongest asset. A wild, unpredictable narrative. It gave me a lot of sense of vibes from like The Purge and movies like that, where it's like this dystopian future where they're doing something weird, and like, you know, anytime that killing is legal for whatever reason, you're gonna have something probably very interesting to see how to get around that. With this unpredictable narrative, the stakes are as high as the body count. The idea behind Jackpot is inventive, I think, blending concepts of like heist and these dark comedies and just a touch of these like thrillers and even kind of body horror things. But obviously, the movie never goes too far into any direction, and I think that's the disservice to it, right? It's never a fully an action film. It's never fully a dark comedy. It's never fully like this big thriller. It's just kind of like a little bit of, it tries to be a little bit of everything. So while it does try to keep the audience guessing as to what's going to happen next, the concept alone, it's probably what's drawing in viewers. I think this was number one on Prime when I checked it out. So one of the reasons I wanted to take a look, setting the stage for an experience that is, tries to be exhilarating and unpredictable, although it doesn't fully accomplishes all that. When it comes to the action, I think Jackpot overall, it doesn't disappoint. The film is definitely loaded with a lot of insane sequences that are just like very audacious as they are frequent in the film. Like it's go, go, go from the beginning. While not everything really works, not every chase scene or fight works or is perfectly choreographed, there's a little bit of some intensity and some creativity. The thing that took me out of the fights and stuff like that the most was that, sometimes it's very clear. A lot of the time they use a stunt person. We know that. I know that as a moviegoer. But for the most part, in a lot of movies, it's not very noticeable. Like the stunt performers usually capture the mannerisms of the person they're doing the performance for. But I feel like Akwafina has such a unique physicality that I just knew like it took me out of the movie every time she was doing some some kind of fighting choreography. Like the movie does have a story reason as to why she can fight. So it's really interesting. And I feel like John Cena normally does a little bit more of the stunts. I feel like, I don't know, this one felt like maybe he wasn't the one doing a lot of that, which is weird because with his background in wrestling, like physicality is something that should come a little bit more natural to him. So I don't know. That was weird. Maybe it comes down to the director. I don't know that I've seen Paul Feig direct a lot of action and stuff like that. Maybe that's kind of what sets this apart. The humor is definitely attempted to be sprinkled all throughout, and it just lands with mixed results. The comedy isn't groundbreaking. It often leans on like familiar tropes, predictable punchlines, bad jokes, like dad jokes, just like stuff that when they say it, you know they're telling you a joke. It just doesn't always feel it just doesn't always land. However, it's not overbearing, but it can get a little irritating. I think there's enough levity in the film for sure to balance out some of the more violent moments. Although it never gets too gory. Well, I guess some of the moments can get a little gory. So yeah, it's definitely a mixed bag. I think overall it's all very tolerable, right? When it comes to this, and there's the film is paced quickly enough that you can just kind of move on to the next thing very easily. I think where this movie falters the most, it's his performances. There's very little chemistry between both of the leads. While the cast looks like they are having a good time with the material, and you can see that one of my favorite parts of the film, ironically, is the end credit scenes where they're just giving you like bloopers and stuff, and you're like, okay, well, at least the people making the movie seem to be having a good time. But yeah, the leads, they're serviceable, but they don't really have a lot of chemistry, and they kind of detract from the emotional stakes of the film. Like I never really believed that um, Aquafina's character of Katie and John Cena's Noel like had any kind of relationship, as much as they wanted to hammer on some of the emotional feels. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't work. I think this movie is kind of entertaining, but it is very flawed. Uh, you could call it an entry to the action genre, but I don't know that it's fully there. It's definitely not fully a comedy either. So I don't know. Yeah, it's very hit or miss. I think people will have different levels of enjoyment with this film. This is a film that definitely knows that it's gonna be going to streaming, so maybe that was part of it. And because it was on streaming and it's already like a sunk cost for me, it's worth the price of admission. I guess the 2 hours that I spent watching it. So yeah, I don't know. It feels very weird to say this, but you can probably just throw this on in the background and just have a few laughs and enjoy some of the weird things that are happening. But I would not move this to the top of anybody's queue as to watch on the film. So, but if Prime Video is the only service you have, then you might as well take a crack at it. You may enjoy it a little bit more than I did. So, uh, with that being said, if you've seen this film, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. And thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.